Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are listening to me from. I thank you so much for your wonderful feedback and your contacts, your responses on the first video on PowerShell. This has actually encouraged me to quickly update the next one just so you can keep learning from me. If you are new here, my name is Joseph. I am a Microsoft certified trainer, and today we are going to be continuing from where we stopped in the last video, and that's continuation of PowerShell, right? So in the last video, I explained to you that PowerShell obeys the naming standard of verb hyphen noun, right? That they are arranged in verb noun commands. And someone asked me about the CLS command that we used, that it's not actually containing verb and it's not containing a noun. So I explained that that actually means alias to something called get hyphen host, where get is a verb and the word host is a noun. So I just want us to walk through that again and maybe a few other things before we can go to look at some features of PowerShell as explained in the previous session as well. So follow me, let's go to my VM. So if you want to open PowerShell, try to go to Windows set if you're on the Windows PC, and then please open your PowerShell as an administrator, right? Because you can see from the last video you saw the differences between the commands that an admin can run from that one which an end user can run. So to avoid limitations, I recommend that you run your PowerShell as an administrator. So how do I do that? I'll right click on PowerShell and then I will click on run as an administrator. It can give you a prompt depending on how your system is set up. You can click on accept or yes and then it will open for you. So yes, before we start, I want to write the word CLS up here because I want us to be using it to make sure we have a clean slate while we are working, right? So let's hit enter. Now, someone was asking me, right? So let's now do get hyphen alias so that we can see where CLS comes in. Now, let's run this. So CLS is actually also in the convention, the naming convention of verb hyphen noun. Now let's look at it. Let's check this list to see where our CLS falls into. Come on, CLS, show your face. CLS is here, and it means clear host. So I just want to copy this, and then let's paste it here. Control V. I just want us to see it very clearly. Let me enter so that we can see it very well. Let me separate it from here. Okay, so CLS means clear hyphen host. So the word clear is a verb and the word host is a noun. So this is still in line with the naming convention in PowerShell. So there are several other aliases like the question mark alias is where hyphen object and then AC added content and all of that. So they are usually in verb noun convention. So that's taken care of, right? I guess. So now, the next thing I want us to look at is the get command that you're already used to. But if you want to try to filter whatever you're looking for, the get command. Okay, let's do our CLS again just so our slate is clean. Okay. Now, get hyphen command is actually going to do a lot, right? It's going to give us a lot of lines, raining commands here and there. Now, you have a lot of them that if you copy this, is going to be a very long list of commands, right? Let me just take taking the pains to copy this is going to be much. Look at it from here. There are a lot of commands that we may not be able to quickly get to this top. But let's now say that you are just looking for a command that has the word MSOL. So what you do to filter that out of this long list is to just type in get hyphen command and then you space it and what you do is you put star and then you write the word msol. You can put star at the end. So what this means is that yes, run through get command, but help me filter out whatever command that has the word msol in between it, whether at the beginning, whether at the end or at the middle. Please give me the commands that have only this. Before we go this route, I want to do CLS again just so our slate is again clean, right? Okay, now coming to MSOL, I will just come here. Now, here you will see the advantage of knowing what to click. If I click run script F5, it's going to run everything for me, right? But if I want to run only the line MSOL, this last line here, I'm going to use this where my cursor is blinking. I explained this in the last video. And then you can see that there are now fewer commands that are listed out, right? So now let's try to copy this. I'm sure we can copy this easily now. Okay, so let's just take this along so that we can know the command we run. Control C. So coming to this place, let me do Control A and let's Control V what we just did. Now scrolling up to this points at the beginning, we run the word get command MSOL. That any command that has the word MSOL anywhere, beginning, end, middle. We don't want to consider that. Now look at it. MSOL is here, MSOL is here, just coming down randomly to this place. MSOL is here, and then this one to MSOL. So all the commands that are going to come out are those ones that have MSOL, right? Now let's say we are looking for a command that has the word stop at the beginning, like stop hyphen. Of course, you know that stop is a verb, and stop something. I know that's going to be a command, right? Something is just telling me it's going to be a command, because if you check the get command, you're going to see stop, 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 stop there in the S, in the under the S when you count down alphabetically. Let's look at this. Now let's say get command, right? I was trying to talk about stop. I can remember I saw a lot of stop in that command we ran. RS. Okay, so let's just go to S and see what I'm talking about. RS stop, 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 stop. Okay, we even see a lot of sets. Let's say we want to even look for command that have the word set. Of course, there are stop there and there. Now we're going to look for get hyphen command, and then we are looking for the one that starts with the word set, right? So we do set, but we don't want to see any other thing apart from those commands that start with the word set, right? So we do get hyphen command that start with the word set and other word. So we are filtering it to this. Of course, there's update, right? Maybe we'll do update after this one. But before we run this command, let's clear our host so we can have a clean slate. Now let's run the command that has the word set. Okay, it means that all the commands that are going to be here are those commands that are going to be start with the word set. Let's see. Let's also quickly copy this to our notepad, just so us a lot of them already. So let's see. I'm not sure we can get to the top because it's going to take some time, but let's just take this that we are able to capture at this time to discuss a lot of set command from what we can see. Now everything you're going to be seeing on that page is going to be set, 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 set execution, set dot this, set, set, set. So that is all that you are going to be seeing when you use the word get hyphen command set star, right? So now let's say we want to do the word, we want to look for get hyphen command, and then we are looking for the one that has updates, that starts with the word updates from what we saw in that get command here. So but before we run that, let's clear our host again, clear host. Then let's run this, let's check updates. Then it's going to give us all the commands that have the word update, update hyphen, update hyphen. Of course, update is a verb, and then whatever that follows is going to be a noun. Let's see this also. Let's just grab a portion of it and look at what we have on the text editor, which is easier to view. V. So you can see that everything is doing excuse me, updates, updates, update, update, update. So that is what it means when you use the word, when you use the command get command updates, right? Now looking at what you have here, let's say you are looking for a command that is ending, not starting, but there's ending with something, right? Let's say we are looking for a command that ends with the word user. Okay, now let's, before we do anything, let's clear our host again just so our slate is again clean. Okay, so let's do get hyphen command. Then we are looking for a command that has the word that ends with the word user. Look at it. If we did star at the end to mean all command that starts with the word update, it means that for us to get all command that end with the word update, then the star is going to be coming to this back here. I'm not sure I can explain it more than what I did. So coming back to put the word star, to put the character star here means that everything that comes before star, right, is what you are looking for. Then, but for this other one, you can say everything that starts with the word update and with any other thing that comes. Of course, star in SQL actually means select all. So all that come before user, that's what we are doing here, right? So let's run this line of command now by clicking on this again. Then of course you are going to see that everything you are going to have here. I'm sorry for that disturbance coming in from my chat. So everything you are going to see here, disable everything is ending with the word user. Okay, let me copy also so that we can do justice to this one, not just this, we'll leave alone. Okay, let's just copy this, just the handful of it. So let's come here, Control A, Control V. Now you see the word new user, user is the end of all these commands, no matter how long it is, but the end is usually the word user, right? User and so on, because what you did at this point was, okay, so get me all the commands that end with the word user. Okay, so I'm sure that is very clear to you. If you do not understand what I'm trying to explain, please just hit me up. I'll be ready to even come on the screen share to assist you do this. Okay, so I want to look at a very, very serious, helpful command in PowerShell, and the command is called get-help. So get-help is actually one of those built-in help system that is available in PowerShell. Okay, so let's say you just have a command, you don't even understand how or what it does, like the command MSOL user. You don't know what it does for you. Maybe new MSOL user. So what you can do is to do get-help, and then you bring the command here. It can be hyphen, you can even do example, okay, or you can even do get hyphen command this, and then you do hyphen, no, get help, rather get help for the command you don't know, get help, and then you bring out the command and then hyphen detailed. The example is going to give you straight examples of that command. Then for detailed, it's going to give you, like the name implies, a detailed explanation about that particular command. Let's now take example of this. So this, let me put a comment, gives you examples on how to run the command. And then for this is going to give you detailed explanation and examples as well. Okay, good. So now let's try to see this. Maybe we'll be rounding off with this. Let's say get hyphen help. Now, what's the command? Let's say we are using the command new MSOL user. I think that can be fine for us. Let's say new hyphen MSOL user, right? Which is this command down here, MSOL user. Okay. Now, let's first of all do the one of example. Okay. So that the next one we want to do is the one with detail. Let's even write it down. Let's just copy this. Control C. Let's come here. Control V. Let's turn this word to detailed. Sorry, detailed is spelled this way, I guess. Is that correct? Yeah, I should, right? Detailed. Okay, before then, let's try to run. Now, what this command is going to do for us particularly is that it's going to tell us what new MSOL user command can do for us, and then it will give us examples of how it can be used. You can even copy from them to edit yours that you want to run. Now, let's run it. You see the importance of knowing these two commands is now very important. I mean, these two actions is now very important. I'm trying to use this because my cursor is blinking upon the line 10, right? So I'm going to click on this run, and then it will give me something. I will take my pen to copy everything I have here. This time I will not jump anything so that I can explain it to you line by line. Okay. Now, let me quickly do this. Come and run up. Okay, it's not even much. All right. Control C. And then let us bring this up, and then Control A, Control V. Now, let's scroll up to explain. Now, the command we run is get help new MSOL user hyphen example. So the name of this command is new MSOL user, and what it does is that it adds a new user to Microsoft Azure Active Directory. That's what it does. And then this is an example of how this command is being run. It is, look at it, it is a new -msol user, the user principal name here at your domain.com, the display name of the user, this guy, John Doe, then the first name of the guy is John, and then the last name is Doe, and this return a user object. That's what this command return, user object. And then the description of what you are going to have when you run that command is that this command creates a new user, but the user will not have any license. A random password is going to be generated for this user when you run this particular command. That's what this help is telling you. Now, let's look at the next example. It's even giving you more than one example, right? Now, the next example is a new MSO user, right? User principal name, this and this again from what was repeated there. But the difference here now is you have usage location, and then you have US as location, yes, and then you have license assignment. I think this is a very big difference there. Now, this is going to return, a user object, and then the description of this is this command create a new user and assign them license, because the command here has the word license in it, right? Has the word license in it, and the word license means that this user that is created has been assigned a particular license. And here is what it is saying: this command creates a new user and assign them a license. Now, the example 3 again that is here is saying that new MSOL principal name and all of this. At the end of the day, said preferred location is what? EUR. So this returns a user object as well, and this command creates a user whose user principal name is this, display name is this, and the preferred data location is going to be in the EUR. Okay, that is for which command again? Hyphen example. If you remember, right, it's hyphen example. Now, what is going to be different between the hyphen example and hyphen detail? Looking at this, I said it's going to be detailed explanation on how it's going to be a detailed explanation and example as well. So let's run for detailed. Now, but before we do that, again, let's keep our slate clean by clicking on this. Then it will clear that. And then if we come to this place, right, get hyphen help new MSO user detailed. Now we click on this, and then it's going to give us all of this. What is even contained here, I don't know, but let's copy it to Notepad, and then we can compare to what we have in example. Of course, already you can see that there are a lot of things written there. Okay, so let's copy this, Control C, and then let's bring up our this, Control A, Control V. Okay, now let's scroll up. Of course, you can confirm that this get help new MSO user detail is giving us a lot of things. You see the syntax here, exactly everything that is here. Then the description: this MSO commandlet is used to create a new user in Azure Active Directory. In order to give the user access to services, they must also be assigned, explaining to you everything that you need to know. But at the end of the day, it also comes up with its own example. Now, looking at this, it will tell you what is required, what is optional for you to add while creating the user. It gives you a lot of details. And coming down here, you now have example. You have the same 3 examples that were given to you too. So you see the same 3 example, and it even gave a remark to see example type, get this. So it gives you a lot of things just so you can play around and get your hands dirty as well. So you can run this command, and you can run the get help command and you're having issues. So if you're having issues, just clear our slate again. If you're having issues while running this get command, you can just do, I mean, get help command. You can just do update hyphen, update hyphen help, update hyphen help. Okay, but I've updated mine already, so there may be no need for me to update my help, you know, um, what's it called? Library. So thank you so much for listening to me today. Again, I am very happy that I am able to bring this out to your own doorstep just so you can learn, what I know. If you have any issues regarding what I have done so far, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to respond to your questions on the comment section below and even on my DM on LinkedIn. You already know my account. So if you need any assistance, right, regarding any project that you're embarking on right now, you can reach out to me. I'll be happy to be of help to you. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, very importantly, please do, because I see I have a very few subscribers, and of course I need a lot of other persons to contribute to this. Hit on the like button, share this with your friends. Let's do this together. Thank you guys. Bye. So I'll see you in the next video.